This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. A federal court Wednesday halted the closure of Job Corps locations across the country. In May, the federal government announced it was pausing the Job Corps program, which helps people ages 16 through 24 with career training. The Associated Press reports a lawsuit is challenging the move, and the court ordered the government to keep the program running until the lawsuit is resolved. The Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma raised concerns about the program's closure, saying it was the first tribe to operate a Job Corps in 1978, and the program was serving around 150 students. In Texas, the city of Dallas plans to rename 3 man-made lakes along the Trinity River in honor of tribes. KERA News reports the city council voted Wednesday to name them Three Sisters Lakes, with each lake named after a tribe that has ties to the state. American Indian and Alaska Native communities in Colorado continue to face gaps in healthcare access, quality, and outcomes. According to a new analysis of the Colorado All-Payer Claims database, Eric Gladys has more.
While these communities face higher rates of many chronic conditions, they're also not getting important preventative care. David Wright with the Denver Indian Center says fear remains a primary barrier, pointing to decades of mistreatment, including the forced sterilization of women and federal policies that forced medicine men and other spiritual leaders into mental asylums up until 1978.
Native people for a long time have been used to advance medical research without their consent. And so there's a large mistrust within the Native communities against the medical profession.
Between 2018 and 2024, American Indian and Alaska Native people were diagnosed with kidney disease, autoimmune, nervous, metabolic, and endocrine disorders such as diabetes at rates far above their white peers. Wright says the analysis, produced in partnership with the Center for Improving Value in Healthcare, will be used to create a culturally tailored education program for health providers. Without additional training, Wright says health professionals are likely to continue to assume that chronic conditions are due to an individual's dietary choices. Many don't understand that for over 100 years, tribes had to rely on government rations, typically high in carbohydrates and salt, to get enough calories. Poverty, lack of affordable housing, and the breakdown of family systems also disproportionately impact health outcomes. Wright says better health will require treating the whole person, not just specific medical conditions. When people are out of balance in any one area, he says there are ripple effects.
If we're not able to provide stable housing, which is not only a mental and emotional and physical importance, but it also will affect the outcomes and the teachings and the role modeling you need for your children and your family structures.
This is Eric Gladys.
The Eastern Shoshone and Northern Arapaho tribes recently received grants from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, but as Wyoming Public Radio's Hannah Haberman reports, other housing-related funding for the tribes is a little less certain.
Tribes across the country receive federal support through the annual Indian Housing Block Grant. This year, the Eastern Shoshone tribe got about $2.3 million, and the Northern Arapaho tribe received about $3.6 million. Amarielle LeBeau is the director of the Northern Arapaho Housing Authority.
We get this block grant based on a formula, right? And so it's based off the units and our need.
The money keeps housing authorities operating and helps maintain their current housing. Trump's proposed budget would decrease that funding by about 20%. An earlier draft also called for eliminating a competitive community development grant. Gilbert Ritchie is with the Eastern Shoshone Housing Authority and says losing that would have a direct impact on future projects.
That's the primary funding source for us to spearhead new housing development.
I'm Hannah Haberman.
And I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
DT Track, your healthcare partner across Indian country, supports this show. DT Track provides culturally competent nationwide healthcare staffing to IHS, tribal, and urban health facilities. More at dt-trak.com. Support by Drummond Woodsum, a full-service law firm whose nationally recognized tribal nations practice provides services to tribal nations and their enterprises and to companies that do business with tribes across the country. More at dwmlaw.com.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.